honestly, yeah, good EP.
But anyway, can we talk about Blue Lips?
Yeah, let's talk.
Can we jump into it?
Let's talk about Q.
Let's talk about Q.
Let's talk about Q
That's-
for the 170th time.
That's the one. That's,
Fire.
Which is a great album.
That's the one.
13 out of 18 tracks for me. What do y'all say?
It is fantastic.
It's a 70%.
I'm gonna say 14 out of 18 for me. There's like 4 songs I didn't really. I don't want to say I didn't like. I just didn't really care for them much. But I give this album a solid B+.
Yeah.
It was like damn near perfect.
It's up there. There's honestly, in my opinion, there's no skips. I don't really have a song that I dislike in general. Like, there's ones I like more than others.
I can tell you which ones I didn't
Definitely
really
a
care
C+
for.
me.
Beginning to end, very, very, very solid, fucking good piece of music.
Okay,
like,
I can tell
overall.
you the intro I didn't care for.
Yeah, but he didn't. That was
Well,
just
yeah,
an.
that's just-
he didn't even really
yeah.
like rap on it or anything.
It still
so-
counts as a song though.
I guess
It does.
by
It
track
counts as
list
a song.
standards, yeah, that's true.
I did not care for what was the other one? Nunu. Did not like it. I know Chris said he liked it.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll get into that.
We'll
one
get
now.
into that.
He's over there eating ice cubes.
Lost Times was
You can probably hear
okay.
that shit.
You definitely can, because I can hear it from
Damn,
here.
can I talk?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Anyway.
let the man talk. What
Damn.
the
God, we're disrupting the pod, bro.
Listen,
Jesus
you're the one
Christ.
chewing on ice cubes.
Anyway,
Listen,
talk
Crenshaw,
your
can you
shit.
listen?
Pop your
Crunch
shit.
talk?
Crenshaw,
Oh, Crenshaw.
because you're wearing a Crenshaw hoodie.
Yeah, he didn't realize
Shout out
that.
Nipsey Hussle.
Anyway, shout out Nipsey.
R.I.P.
I didn't really care much for Lost Times either. Like, I liked it, but I didn't. Like, it was
Oh,
weird.
that's one of my favorites.
He tweeted
was
that
fire.
that was actually written in 2021 and that's his favorite song.
Really?
Yeah.
Or was it? Wait, was it Lost Times or was it?
Nunu, he
No,
said the
no,
drums.
No,
wrong.
Time Killers. My bad.
No,
Oh,
you're
Ti-
still
Time
wrong.
Killers. is
Which one
fire.
was it then?
You liked both of those songs, bro.
Which one was it?
God, yeah, I have to like know this guy. It's mine, bro. Let me tell you the songs we liked. These are the songs that we
Okay,
liked.
but there's
Man
songs
gets
that
a
you
haircut.
liked.
Todd's way different.
But there was songs that you liked that I didn't like, and there were songs that I liked that you didn't
Hey,
like.
shout out Ben the Barber. What's up?
Yeah, they buttered you
Anyway.
up, huh, Adi?
Honestly, it might have been a 15 out of 18, to be honest, now that I think about it. Regardless, fire-ass album. It was better than Crash Talk.
We didn't like Germany '86, but we will.
No. I like Germany
Well,
86.
I
You didn't.
So, anyways, I didn't. So, I mean, I don't.
Anyways,
I don't
next
know,
topic.
I don't really care if you. What do you mean next topic? We just started talking about Q. Anyways, Germany '86. It'll take
Gets
time to
under
grow.
skin so easy.
It'll take time to grow.
Well, what we figured out yesterday, Q was born in Germany in 1986, so that's
Right.
like kind of the whole thing.
That's the title.
Yeah, so that's the title.
I mean, yeah. Cool.
that's what our investigation
But
concluded.
what was I gonna say? I
Had
don't
my
know,
best
yo.
detective on the case.
I don't like the Rico Nasty track at all.
That's
you're
Pop
tripping.
is not great.
that
I'm
is-
with you.
that's probably the only take I'll say.
I'm
is
with
crazy.
you.
You're tripping.
That's
on
pro-
that.
that's
That song
potentially
was
the
Bad
hard.
mixing.
It's potentially the hardest beat on the whole
You're
album.
tripping.
For one.
It's horrible.
It's a cool beat, but it's definitely
know.
not mixed right.
What
Like,
was missing
even
except
that-
for the mixing?
That's the issue.
the same.
That's
thing.
Yeah, but I listened.
Plus,
but
also,
no,
it's really not like in
Was
my opinion,
Kanye's
that
album
great.
mixed all the way, and this guy still liked it?
Okay,
Kanye
I can't
West.
speak for a man with poor taste. I can only speak for me.
Buddy, my taste.
I did listen to it when I listened to it on AirPods today. It sounded a lot better than it did on the speaker last night.
Oh, definitely. When I listened to it in the car, it sounded perfect.
It did for me with the beats the second listen, but
It was good. I liked
don't
it.
care.
Q and Rico Nasty, they need to do another song together.
I
That's
I enjoyed that a lot.
That shit was
Random
fire.
shit
I
ever.
like that song.
It was
a lot.
That I don't
fire.
even like. Like, why do you throw on a Rico?
Okay,
Nasty?
you like Vultures. Shut the fuck up.
Vultures is a good album.
Rico Nasty is hard, honestly. She
No,
She is hard,
she's
bro.
dope.
The only thing I liked
She's
about her
dope.
was her XXL freestyle. That's all I liked.
This guy, all he cares about is that XXL freestyle.
No,
Dude,
I'm
her
just saying,
shit-
that's how
Same
I-
with Anderson
But
Paak.
like,
You
how
ever
do you
see-
hear of people?
you ever see-
XXL freestyle.
You ever see
Doesn't
her-
matter. Listen to the projects.
Man, fuck the
Yeah,
project,
she-
bro. It's trash.
She's done shit with like Kenny Beats and shit. It's fire, dude. She's,
Yeah, no,
no,
she's
she's a good
talented.
artist.
No, this guy. all
This
he
man
cares-
is single-handedly keeping the
He
bills
literally
on
jumps
at
into.
double
Hey,
XL.
he comes up to me and goes, "Did you hear the new XXL?" No, bro. I don't keep up with that.
Bro,
Wait,
nobody
was
does.
she in it this year?
no,
No,
it
she was
just
like-
No, that was like years
3,
ago,
4
right?
years
Yeah, I was
ago.
about to say. It's just,
No,
it had to have
this
been
It was
a
was
while.
2019.
I don't even know who was in the XXL Cypher this year.
This year?
Adi could tell you.
I can tell you no problem.
Well,
Who was
they're-
in it?
They're doing it for summer.
Oh, wasn't So Fago in it?
Yeah, but that was last.
That was last year.
That was,
Oh, well then, fuck me then.
I think was this your Baby Tron? Last year, Baby Tron?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know anymore. That tells you
All
how
right, much
much I don't keep up.
Schoolboy Q, guys.
ScHoolboy Q, fantastic album.
Yeah,
Is
I
that all
really,
you had to say?
No, fantastic,
Fantastic
bro.
album.
What else is there to say?
I mean,
the guy
um,
made 4 fucking. I don't want to say classic. No,
it's up there.
Crash Shot's
he
not a
made
classic.
3 classic. Huh?
Crash Shot's not a classic, and we damn sure can't call this a classic in 24 hours.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Like he made.
But I can say as of right
Three
now,
classics.
as of right now,
So, yeah,
I think it's a better album than Crash Talk.
It is.
No,
I
still love Crash Talk though.
Adi,
No, me too.
before I go,
There's nothing he said that he's done that I don't like. But
Basically, to me, the dude is the king of Cali. To me,
That's
because name one more California artist that has all good albums.
Kendrick,
Kendrick Lamar.
aka the person
Oh
that's
shit, he is from
that's
Compton.
been running
Fuck.
his fucking label.
Well, okay, 2 people from TD. They're running Cali.
No, TD is running.
What were you gonna say though?
Me?
Yeah, to me.
I was letting you get your thoughts off before I cook.
Well, I already have my.
Yeah,
thoughts.
you like 13 of the 18.
Yes.
But what do you think of like the album as a whole? Because this is different. That's
It's
what
definitely
I'm getting
it's
at.
definitely something I didn't expect. I thought it was a different way. I thought the whole album was gonna be like Pig Feet, like the track Pig Feet. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be like that's the whole album. But like this is different. But honestly, I still like it. I didn't expect to like it this much.
And when you listen to it front to back, it really keeps you on your toes. Like
Yeah,
it,
it's like
it
you'll come back.
changes, it evolves. There's so
Dude,
many.
Ohio changes so
Ohio
much.
Yeah,
was so good.
It was
Shout
so
out Freddie
good.
Gibbs.
Low
And
key,
you're-
that was probably one of my favorite tracks.
It's so
Freddie Gibbs
crazy.
is
Like
so good.
you're like turning into a Freddie Gibbs fan.
I am.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Honest
am.
to God, even though he had like, what was it, like 40 seconds on that track,
Yeah.
it was still fire.
It was.
Bro,
So
It was so
See,
fire.
when the beat first starts to change, I was like, okay, here comes Freddie Gibbs. Like, this is a typical Freddie Gibbs track. This makes sense. And then, boom, it went for another 3 minutes before he came on for like the final
Yeah.
40 seconds.
No,
It went
it was
pretty
fire.
long.
I loved it.
That was-
Blue Lips is gonna be in my rotation for the next couple months. I'll promise you that.
Another artist. I wasn't even. I knew he was gonna be on it, but like, I thought I was not gonna like it. Absol, bro, he impressed me big time.
He honestly,
I
impressed
honestly
him.
did not
Yeah,
expect that.
Because you never really listened to him like
I
that,
never really
right?
listened to
So
him like
I mean, hey, if that gives you enough to go back and listen to Absol, like it's
Listen
worth
to
it.
her.
The
Herbert.
only song that he's heard from Absol is when I showed him when I first graduated high school. It was 100 Stacks with ScHoolboy Q.
And Mac,
And
and
he
Mac
liked
Miller.
that.
That's Mac Miller on the chorus of it.
Yeah, and he liked that song. That was really the only song he
You
fucked
were
with.
so excited to say Mac Miller.
I'm a fan.
You
What
were
did
so
I
excited-
say?
excited
Rest,
to say
Mac
Kendrick Lamar.
Miller. Mac Miller.
rest in peace, my goat. Whatever. No, yeah. I mean, These Days was a great album. Absol is a fantastic rapper, so it's nice to see that.
I'd recommend Herbert for him. If I were to have him
See,
listen to an Absol album. Adi probably.
I mean, I guess it's the most accessible, but at the same time, These Days and Do
To
It
be
Thou Will are
honest,
both great
I
albums.
wouldn't
Control
recommend-
System is his best though. I think.
I wouldn't recommend.
Well, yeah, and
Herbert for him.
that's what's great, dude. For years, when I was in high school, I used to and it was true at the time. My favorite song for years was "Terrorist Threats" with him and Danny Brown.
If I were to recommend any Friday, because this is my favorite, it would probably be These Days.
I'm not really into Danny Brown either.
This
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's an acquired taste for
Dude,
sure.
Danny Brown, like this was like a Schoolboy Q version of Danny Brown, and that's what I want to get to with this is like, look, if I'm being honest with you, I don't know how I feel about this album. That's where I've landed.
That's so weird to me.
This is so. I don't think it's bad.
Wait, which album?
Q, what Blue Lips? I don't think it's
Oh.
bad, but it is so experimental. It is so left for Q. Like, and I could tell the effort that was put into this album, and yet it's not fully connecting. There's moments like he's changing he's doing a lot more flows than he normally does. Crash Talk was really actually in Blank Face. He really has the same flows consistently, but
Which
then
al-
Crash
which
Talk,
albums? You said
Oxy and Blank Face, and then Crash Talk is the first time he kind of
Stepped out of the box. a little
yeah
bit.
changes his flows a little bit, but the production is
He tried to go mainstream with Crash
is-
Talk.
yeah,
see,
the production is safe. But this one, the
Yeah.
production is crazy. It's all over the place.
I
The
love it.
sequence scene. Yeah, no, I like the production. And there's times when he's rapping his ass off. Times like First, Time Killers, Blue Slides, Yearn. Yeah, Yearn. he's-
Thank God for me.
Thank
is
God for
crazy.
Pig feet is
yeah.
disgusting.
Like, he
Yeah,
has so
he's
many
good.
good moments.
And honestly, his flow's very strange on it, but Cootie's is super fucking tough. If you-
I loved it.
It was-
I
That's
think
one I
that
didn't
that
like.
middle section of the
You don't
album
like
I don't
Cooties?
really like, or the movie.
that was probably one of my favorites.
Oh,
That
see,
was-
yeah,
I'm
no,
still
Cootie's
up
actually
in the air
when
about
I
Ohio.
heard the
Ohio's
first like
great.
initial drop on YouTube or whatever, I was like, I don't know, but then going back and listening to it in the
No,
context,
I liked it off first listen.
well,
I honestly did.
one thing that me and Chris were talking about when we were listening to it is that this very clearly seems to be an album that needs to be listened to as a full piece.
That's what I'm getting at. This is an album that you should not have your final opinion today. And that's very different from a lot of the music. So, first and foremost, I appreciate this album because this is an album that's different. And this is an album as somebody that listens to hundreds of albums every year. This is one that's different. And I enjoy that. I think that's why I liked Igor, because it's just regardless of if I actually like these songs or not, I like that it's different. I like that
Took a chance.
that this is creative. Now I
Stepped-
actually end up liking Igor. but
Stepped out of your comfort zone. Yeah,
like so that part of Q, I really want to give him the fair time because he clearly put a lot of effort into this to really sit back, because I'm also trying to pick up what he's saying, because like Q has always been very clear and direct with what he's rapping. This is the first time where I'm like, hold on, you're saying some shit and I'm catching some of it but not all of it. So I'm going to sit with this project for a while. I'm going to listen to it a couple of times before I really, really feel like I know where it's at. Because this feels like a transitional album for Q. This feels so different than these three. And I don't think we're ever getting anything like these three again. I think this is the start of a new era of Q. He said he's going to rap till 80. Like,
that's crazy to start a new era at, like, I mean, not that like he's like
you're
he's
in
not,
your 30s, bro. Like
yeah,
that's what we've seen it with Jay, we've seen it with Kendrick, we've seen it with all these artists that like when they age. That's why I'm excited about Uzi.
No,
I can't wait till Uzi's 30.
No,
I want to see what Uzi does.
No, it's a
30.
great thing. Trust me. I love it, but it is interesting to see because for a long time the narrative has been that it's a young man's game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because that's what pops. But when you have such a fucking monumental following like ScHoolboy Q does, that's what's nice about it, is that he can experiment, he can do these things, and it's still going to work. Like, because he's just so good at what he fucking does.
Right.
yeah.
Like,
And this is also the first album that he doesn't have like Kendrick doing background vocals and stuff. So I was wondering about that because of the whole like TD thing.
well, we were going over credits.
I mean,
and
obviously
stuff
I know
yesterday.
they're cool, but
So Devin Malik, who's featured on 2 songs and on a lot of the production, so he's been a producer in TDE now for some years.
yeah.
And I guess my theory last night to Chris was that it seems like this is the guy that he's pushing
Yeah.
at the moment. Because what it seems like is he was a producer for TDE. Turns out he could rap. And Q was like, fuck it, jump on these songs, you know, whatever, or let's get in the studio and whatever.
Which
and
was
then,
smart because the dude killed it.
Yeah, no, he killed it.
I didn't
and-
like the one song with them, but I like the other.
Which
I
one?
like. I don't like Lovebirds.
See,
I don't like Lovebirds.
Lovebirds was my favorite one.
I don't
out of
like
them.
I like Back in Love.
Back in Love was good too, but Lovebirds was good.
Oh,
In
no,
my
he was on
opinion.
3 then because he was on. Oh, no, that was Childish Major that was on Pig
Yeah.
Feet. My bad.
Yeah.
With Childish Major, shout out to him. That was dope. We looked him yesterday. That's a dude
Which,
that's
to
been
be
floating
honest,
around Dreamville
what
and
part
TD
did he
for a
even
while.
have? Because I barely heard that guy.
He had the first
Wasn't he like
the
the
first
lip?
verse.
Yeah.
Wasn't he that?
the
and
part
he
where it was
also-
like let or whatever.
Yeah,
Wait, that
yeah.
was cool. I thought that was cute.
No, his cadence is similar, so it's a little hard to
They
differentiate.
sound the
But
same.
So do you think?
I'll
do-
point it out to you.
Do you think
after.
that
Yeah.
Q? Do you think that I'm not trying to take it there, but do you think that Q, in a not a diss way, but do you think he really focused on TD? Because this is the first time too. He has no Travis Scott. He has no SZA. He has
doesn't
no
have
big names.
features. Yeah,
He really went just all him for this album, pretty much.
biggest name was
And
probably Absol,
Was
to be honest.
Freddie Gibbs.
And Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah,
Freddie
those two.
Gibbs, Rico Nasty, and then
Yeah, Rico
that one
and
guy
Absol.
who is very clearly an LA rapper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the
On
guy.
mo-
He let
on
spit
movie.
the whole track,
Dude,
bro.
Yeah.
That song,
Yeah, Q.
movie,
That
I
song
don't,
is
I don't,
fire.
did Q have
That
any
song
vocals
was-
on that whole song?
No,
He
just
does at the
talked in
beginning and then at
like
the end.
30 seconds.
Yeah, like
Right.
like 30
Total.
seconds.
But it's fine. It's a good song.
yeah, it's a
really
good
good
song.
song.
It was
But you've seen them you've seen them do that. It was like you know on the Black Panther album,
Yeah.
what Paramedic with SOBRB
Oh,
or whatever.
better call a paramedic in the street.
Yeah,
and
no,
then he's just
sure.
gone. And then
So
he's just gone.
I love
Yeah.
seeing them work with like
Yeah.
painfully LA artists. That is
Yeah.
like
I was gonna say.
when I heard the stomps, I looked directly
But,
at
hold
you.
on.
I was
Do
like,
you
oh,
think-
this is gonna
do
be
you
your
think
shit.
that do you think that though my point is when it comes to this TDE, like this is very TDE focused. So do you think that was intentional? It has to be, right? Like it has to, not in a diss to Kendrick, because I'm not starting that. I don't think they have issues. He's literally went on interviews like months ago and said Kendrick's my guy. He's my sensei, all that shit. He's the greatest. But I think he made it intentionally clear now that SZA's gone or going to be gone. Kendrick's gone. I think he's looking at himself as he's the guy for TDE. That's the conversations we've had. It's like he's kind of him and J-Rock are gonna be like the lead head honchos. Absol too, but Absol's not as active as Q.
Yeah, I think Absol's fine with the position
So
that
yeah,
he plays
where I think
there.
Q's gonna take a leadership role, and so will J-Rock. So I think that was intentional with this album. Let me not get the A-list features. Let me just do TDE pretty much.
Which is fine because
Which is dope.
Which is dope. I'm not saying
like
there's
that
anything wrong
because
with it. I just think that was done intentionally.
I think this sounded a lot. This sounded like the most like an album that Q really wanted to make.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It didn't sound like again, I still love Crash Talk, but it's like a lot of it can feel a little phoned in because of the big A-list features. So I think stepping back from that and
Yeah.
focusing on
Like Chopsticks doesn't feel like a Schoolboy Q song.
no, like that, that kind of thing.
Chops is, hey, it was still good.
It's-
though.
No,
I'm
no,
not
it's
saying it's
a
not
good,
good.
it's a good song. Or Water with Lil Baby doesn't
Yeah.
really feel like it's cool. This it's weird because it's so far left for Q, but it still really felt like he was there the whole time. So it's a really hard album.
Also
to
got
perceive.
rid of a lot of that gruff in his voice too.
Yeah, which is kind of nice. It's showing his voice, like his maturity. His voice is maturing. He's maturing as an artist. He's kind of gotten rid of some of that more nasally kind of ear piercing thing that he would do in the past. Which there's nothing wrong with it back then, but I see where he's going in this direction now.
Yeah.
So,
Two things I wanted to point out for this album was number one, the snippet that was on Twitch. I don't know if you remember that. It was the intro with the piano,
Yeah.
and then he kind of jumped into it. It was like the really Cali beat.
yeah.
I'm so mad. People on YouTube, when they go back to that video, you can see like newest comments. Everyone's saying, "Why the fuck didn't y'all put this on the album? Will this be on the deluxe? Where the fuck is
He
this
said
track?"
something about not doing a deluxe. He says he had a bar about
Which
that.
is gonna upset me, bro, because that song should have been on here. If he would have put that for the intro, that intro would have been.
He's probably gonna
flames.
drop it as a single, probably.
I think
don't
it's
want
already
it as
on
a-
record here how I feel about deluxes, but
Yeah.
so I'm happy with the album as it is. But
Yeah, no, I'm
I am,
good
but
with
I'm
it.
telling you-
This is
I want
art.
more
That's-
Q, but I like it as a body of work.
Yeah,
But if
that's
you would have
what I'm
heard this
saying.
song that was on the fucking stream, dude, it is insane. Like, I need this track. Like, it's not even like I want this track. I need this track on the album because it would have blew it up crazy.
Yeah.
But
I
the
don't
guy
know.
that was on
maybe
movies,
it's one of those things where it became other songs. Like it just changed over time.
well, that's the thing. It was supposed to be the track before.
Yeah,
Big
just
Feet.
chopped it up in between.
Yeah. So yeah,
So-
maybe that's what it is. Is like because didn't it kind of sound like the Blue Slides piano? Because I kind of vaguely remember it, but it's you okay? Okay. But I was so confused by that part because I'm sitting here and I'm just like when I'm listening to the album, I'm processing it because it's a full album, and this is what I go to Adi with like Vultures, like not to make it a whole conversation, but this is what I'm talking about. These ideas are fleshed out. These are finished ideas, and that's why to me this album is very, very entertaining. So
liked it.
I'm entertained by it, but I don't know yet all the way how I feel. I may even end up liking Crash Talk better, but I don't know. I really appreciate this for being what it is. Like this, listening to this album, these songs are good, but I feel like you get so much more when you listen to the album front to back rather than throwing these songs on a playlist,
But
which
I
I'm
thi-
going to do. But
But I think that's.
But that's what I
like
like.
that more though.
Yeah,
you know,
I agree.
that there's not
His whole concept was to get people to enjoy the album more and not just throw it on a playlist.
Because honestly, there's so many albums that I've listened to that I'm like, oh, this whole album is really good, but then I only return to these couple of songs that were like the imminent fucking bangers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like then I kind of lose the rest of the album where it's like this one, it's like you start from the top, and I like that. You know, I like that with this album. I think
agree.
it gives a. I think you're right. It seems like a new like awakening for Q.
It's a new era. I don't think we're ever getting any of these 3 albums again. And I think there was some elements of blank face production. There's like 1 or 2 times he sounded a little like oxymoron, but like for the most part, this is a pretty different Q.
Yeah,
and
there was
I'm
one
cool
song
with that.
we were like, oh, this sounds like some Oxy era, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm blanking on which record that is right now.
But that's okay. We don't need that. We don't need.
I don't want
him
my
to-
artists making the same albums.
Yeah, we don't want him to repeat the same thing. You know, I like that. The fact that we're so taken aback by it is the best thing for it. You know what I mean?
agree.
To me, I don't know if you guys can agree with me, but 2 more things. One, the guy that was on Movies, I forgot the name.
Here, I
That
got
rapper
the
that
track
had the
list.
whole entire song for himself.
AG
Here, it's right here.
or AZ
AZ Cheek?
Yeah. Tell me he did not sound like Rumble. You know who Rumble is, right? The
Like-
Cali artist?
I don't know if I'm familiar.
The guy who made
Untouchable?
Touchable. I
I
just
don't
tapped his shoulder so I know that he is touchable.
No,
You never heard that?
I'm honestly I'm blanking.
Listen to Rumble, then listen to that.
face.
But The real thing I was going to say was, okay, Pig Feet, that sounded like a track that could have been on Oxymoron,
Yeah, I can see that.
right?
Yeah, for sure. No,
It
absolutely.
had like that old school Q feel to it, and that's probably why I loved it the most.
It's crazy to me that I don't like the Absol and the Freddie Gibb records.
That's insane. That's
As a-
honestly
I like
crazy.
them, but
You're
you don't.
You're just
You're a
your
hater at
opinions.
this
Your
point.
opinions on this album have surprised me for sure.
Yeah, they're
Nah,
different.
hell
Although
on.
it is
Give
very
him
early
time.
still to like we're not solidifying these opinions
Yeah.
in general.
Hey,
but-
give-
I mean,
give
I'll
him
buy
time.
the vinyl off you if you don't want it.
Oh,
You're
no,
gonna
I'm
like it.
keeping the vinyl. I'm fucking
oh fuck, I
ecstatic.
gotta buy it.
Yeah, you're gonna like it. Though,
I bought
feel
that
like.
shit.
Yeah, I gotta
because
get it.
regardless.
I gotta get it.
Because
Dude.
if I like it, you have to like it. There's no.
Yeah, there's
way.
no way you hate it. The Ohio was
Sir, yes,
crazy.
sir. Fucking-
Ohio was crazy. How did you not?
I don't know, like it's sometimes a record can feel like it's doing too much, and I kind of feel like maybe Ohio did a little too much.
Do you feel like the whole album kind of did that then?
There's times, yeah, and that's my thing. Like there's times when I feel like Q is saying like absolutely nothing. He is just floating.
So what do you rate?
And then
the
there's
album?
times when I'm like, Q is never. This is overload. I've never gotten this much. Like, I've never gotten this much in like the bars from Q. Like, there's times like he has moments on here where he out raps all of these albums easily, but then he has moments where he mails where I don't want to say mail it in because maybe I'm just not picking up on what it is.
Well,
because
yeah.
everything's intentional. I don't even understand what the tracks mean yet.
I'll take
Like-
Break the Bank over a couple of these songs.
Yeah,
I'll be
oh,
honest.
for sure. But, like, that's what I'm saying is, like, I have no idea. I have literally no idea why the song Cooties is titled Cooties. I don't understand it. I don't understand what it means in the context of the album. That's what I'm saying.
And
like,
that's
I
a
got to
fact.
sit with it.
So-
this is
That's the thing,
intentional.
though. Maybe this is something that
I will
he
say,
understands.
Off
but-
first listen, the idea I think of Cooties like is essentially like all the vices, all the demons kind of coming to get him. You know, like think back to like kindergarten, like ooh Cooties, keep the cooties away from me, like kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of the point of that song in
I got
general.
assaulted in kindergarten.
And
This bitch kissed me in the back of the neck. I was so offended.
what?
She was ugly, too. I was hurt.
No,
I was hurt.
as I've listened to it, I think three
Messed it
times,
up with my main thing.
three and a half times or so now.
Uh-huh.
I'm finding more and more things as I go along, and it's really I think that also has a lot to do with it. There's so much going on that I think the digestion period is going to take a while for you to really sit back and actually listen to
what I'm
everything and
saying.
be like, oh, okay, this is what he's saying here. You know?
I think Twitter that's calling it an instant classic. And look, it could be a damn good album. And I know Vince Staples said it's his best. He played it for Jay-Z. I don't know how Jay-Z feels about it.
the
But
new Vince album?
no, Q played the album for Jay-Z.
okay.
But Vince said
yeah.
this Q album is his best album. Like, no,
Honestly, I
man,
agree.
he gave us something that we have to sit with. Like, this is not like you cannot possibly have a final opinion. And that's my main point with it right now. you can like it, but you don't even fully we don't even fully understand what this album's about yet.
We
Right.
don't, but at the same time, I kind of agree with Vince. This is on par with Oxymoron for me.
Yeah, I don't see my opinion shifting towards liking it less.
Because you said you don't have a skip.
Not really, no. I mean, not.
Except for the
See,
intro,
but
maybe.
There's songs I like more than others, just as
Of
every
course.
album.
And there's
but, like,
also when you
I can,
change it so much, there's parts, right? Like there's
Yeah.
parts like that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
"Ah,
There's,
not the-"
there's definitely more
which is
songs that you like.
which is
than-
why
than
it needs to be
others.
listened to as a full. But yeah, like this is an album. Like there's no point in the album I'm like, oh, this
is
is like a
boring.
real lull,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like it all flows together pretty well considering how off the fucking wall it is.
Now, what
Like,
about Oxymoron? Is there a song that you hate?
No.
No, well, there's not really a Q song I hate.
But hell of a
dislike?
night though.
Well, okay,
it does
actually,
sound,
yep.
it does sound like
Hell-
like
hell of a-
exactly it was made in 2014.
Hell of a Night is a skip, just as shout out to the last pod when we were talking when we were doing
Hell of a
when
night
we
is a skip.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
definitely not a skip.
it's not okay. Of the time, it wasn't bad, but it's so
It sounds
dated.
so dated.
And it's
That's
the
what I'm saying.
it's the
Not at
same
all.
as on Long Live ASAP, which was my Cape album, Wild for the Night. Same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, Wild for the Night was just.
No, that's
It's the exact same
that's
case
that
for
20
both.
early 2010s rave rap. That's what
Hell
it
of
is.
Yeah.
a Night was probably one of my favorite tracks on Oxy. So do you agree?
I
with
don't
me?
dislike it. It
It
just
was one of
sounds
them.
it just sounds very dated. That's all.
Not to
Mine was,
me.
Yeah.
mine was
Not to
purge
me.
for
But-
sure.
I used to listen to it in the back of a Chevy Impala on my way to the hookah lounge, dude. It was great. That was my favorite.
It's a classic song, but like it's honestly good. Like
Alright.
I love it.
Yeah. No, I like
No,
this
it's a great
album.
song. It's just very of the time. It's
It-
very when you hear that song,
Yeah.
it sounds
You know
like
it-
2013.
Well, yeah,
Exactly when it was
but
made.
that's the same thing you could say for Man of the Year.
I
But
thi-
but,
I-
but
I
Hell
think-
of a Night is a way stronger example.
Yeah, because Man of the Year I think could be that age I think a little better. Not great, but still aged a little better than that song.
That
Studio.
I agree.
Hey,
Studio
that
does sound aged for sure.
Yeah.
But
What
not in a
about
bad
that?
way.
The whole album is that type of. Like,
Yeah, no, and there's
listening.
nothing wrong with it. We're just saying that
Yeah.
it is very of that
He
time.
rapped his ass off though on Time Killers. I gotta say that.
Now
Time
what
Killers
about
and Blue
what
Sides.
about that? Yeah.
That yeah,
That
great,
song.
hey,
That,
great song.
that's Gravy used to be my shit. The bonus.
Gravy,
Everything
yeah,
good,
it was. I
everything
think
good,
Yeah
gravy.
and Gravy were both bonus tracks.
But
Yeah,
honestly,
they
Blue
were.
Lips and Oxymoron for me are like I can't
They
pick
could be
between
tied.
them.
Your opinion really, all of your opinions have surprised me on this album. honestly.
Everyone's
It's
surprised.
a good album. I knew. It was
I'm
gonna
more
be good.
surprised
Yeah.
this motherfucker hate.
No, that- I
doesn't-
know.
All
not
four,
hate,
all
but-
four teams have had fun. Chris.
Yeah, all four teams have had fun. I'm surprised that you're indifferent on it. I was in between with you. I did not think you were gonna like it.
I don't know. I don't know. It's good.
Well,
to me.
I came home today and
Because,
I'm
like,
like, did
hold
you
on.
listen to it? And he's like, no, like I'm about to start listening to it. I'm like, okay, I want to listen to it with you. Like I just want to see your reaction
Aw.
to this. And honestly, he like 13 out of 18. I didn't expect him to go that high. I thought it was probably gonna be like 8, 7.
I mean, you know your brother pretty well. Like, I just like
I didn't expect 13.
Yeah.
So you know him pretty well.
I
Yeah,
didn't
you've
expect
known
13
him for a
tracks.
while, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's-
no, only since he was
not that,
born, you know?
not that he didn't live with me like my entire life.
right.
Yeah, no,
but I'm
no.
just saying, did
Yeah.
you expect him to like it as much as he does?
No.
Yeah. See,
No,
that's
not
what I'm
at
saying.
all.
Yeah.
Like
We
I
did not
said,
think
I was
either of you were
expecting
gonna like it.
7 songs max.
But,
Right.
Like, I listened to it, yeah, but like
Pig Feet, I knew
Will
for
I
sure
come
he was
back
gonna
to
like
it?
because we were waiting for that track.
maybe.
But
See,
Like-
that's what I'm saying.
Like, will I come back to it? Like,
Would
I
you?
don't
Do
know.
you actually? This is my question for you.
I
This
like
is the
it,
question
though.
I've been dying to ask, and then we'll get off of this album because we talked about it for a minute now.
Yeah, Q, we love you, man, too much.
Oh,
pause.
Not like that. If Meek Mill was here, bro.
All right.
Sorry. All right.
so
Yeah.
do you see yourself actually wanting to? Because you're the youngest, and like this is like definitely a divide. Like as far as like I feel like older versus newer in terms of music. Like, do you see yourself actually returning to the album as a whole? Because I think that's what this is designed to be. This is designed to be. You can like songs, but the way they're gonna sound the best is together. So are you actually like? Do you? And it's okay if the answer is no, but like, do you actually see yourself like listening to this like again front to back, or are you just gonna take the songs you like and put them on a playlist and keep it moving?
I'm probably not going to listen to it front to back again, but I will definitely put some songs on the playlist. The 13 tracks I like, well, they'll go on the playlist. If I get them, like, on a random day, like, you know, weeks from now or, like, a month from now, if I get that track come on, I'm not going to skip it,
Mhm.
but I'm not going to go back to the album and listen to it front to back again. I already did that. Like I'm like, oh okay, it's a good album, decent. I give it a C
I
plus.
can respect that.
It's a 13 out of 18 for me, straight up, and that's not bad at all.
It's interesting though to look at it like almost like math or numbers in a way, as opposed to like
Like
It's
how
kind of
looking at
smart
it,
though,
like-
because
because like you want to know like
I
what's
look
at.
at certain albums that way, like the Cardi B album. That's what I look at. I know Cardi's not gonna have some concept. Cardi B's not gonna come with some conceptual album. She's gonna come with these are 14 songs. How many of these are bangers?
That's
like
the thing, though. With him, he
Q
doesn't
is-
look at it as concepts. He
Yeah,
looks at
Q
it as
is
songs.
like this album's conceptual. That's what I'm saying. I don't even understand the concept of this album yet. Like I don't know if what's the concept. Like everything is not what it seems. I don't even know what bullets means.
I feel like this is the best go-to. Is that what it is? Everything is not what it seems. Like,
Yeah.
I love.
No, like
I love
why
that.
did he name it Blue
But
Lips?
did you
Why?
like this
That's
song?
what I'm
Blue-
saying. I want to figure that out.
Blue
He
Lips,
put
by
effort into it.
definition,
I as a
he's
listener
posted
want to
it-
put effort.
But
Just
did
for-
you like the songs?
Yeah, I liked parts
Okay.
of a lot of the songs.
So fuck the concept. If you like the music,
No, yeah, I
the end of the day.
that's what I'm saying. I get that point. I'm just saying I'm looking at it a little different. That's why I wanted to ask
And
him.
like yeah,
that's what the podcast
the
is
track
about.
that I'm gonna be coming back to all the time. They're Pig Feet and fucking what's the other one? Thank Me. What is it?
thank God for me.
Thank God for
Which
me.
that
Thank
song
God for
was
me.
Which
fuck-
will
That
those
shit was
two are
hard.
gonna be the
Banger.
ones I'm playing a lot.
That shit was hard.
And
But
that does seem to be, although obviously Kendrick's departed, that seems to be, which I have nothing against, a formulaic TDE thing to have that horn sample song. Like that seems to be kind of becoming, because it was the same on between even though not TDE but affiliate, because of Kendrick, because of whatever, you have Family Ties with Baby
Yeah.
Keem. Kendrick had the one on his and then Q has the one. I think this is going to become a staple thing of theirs to have
Yeah.
that one song with the crazy fucking horns going and shit, and it typically ending up being one of the more favored tracks on whatever album.
Overall, so we didn't spend too much time about
Yeah.
Q. What do you guys give your
we
honest
didn't spend
opinion?
too much time because he only drops once every few years. So
Yeah.
Right, and
I'm good
But
with
what
it.
did you?
No.
What do you guys give it?
Like what of what? Like
right
out
now,
of 10?
Right now, for me, it's incomplete, and that's a cop out. I know, but
right now it's a 7 out of 10
Complete.
for me.
I give it a 9, 8.5. 8.5.
Yeah, I give it a 7 to 8. I'll call it somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
And that's really
Um,
good that's really good.
And to close, I'll give the definition of what he put the definition of Blue Lips
oh yeah,
as.
he did put that out. I think.
Sure.
Meaning speechless, especially as the temporary result of shock or some strong emotion. So essentially,
See, that's what I'm saying though. This is transitional.
yeah,
It feels
and-
like Q figured
and
himself out.
maybe it has to
I'm
do.
a genius.
He's mentioned that he had
All right,
nothing.
We can move on.
Maybe-
What do you want to
So
do next?
now that we